Hey guys, it's Haiti and welcome back to my channel. I am so excited for today's video. Oof, that scared me. Quarantine day 11 it is for us here in Los Angeles, or at least for me. It's going quite swell, to be honest. So today we are actually going to get right into it and we're going to talk about my Fright Fest experience. So once upon a time I made a video on myself auditioning for Fright Fest back last July, and it was a good time. It reached around 5,000 views, which is amazing. Thank you guys very much. And a lot of you had quite a few questions for me about my experience, about my experience and how it went, what was the process like, blah blah blah. Well, today I'm going to be talking to you about my experience as a Scareactor, just because I feel like that's a little interesting, and since I couldn't film backstage, I figured that I would kind of, you know, walk you through what my experience was like, would I do it again, etc, etc. So I hope you guys enjoyed the video and thank you so much for watching. So let's first say what character I was. So as you guys know, I was put in a travel squad. So what a travel squad in Fright Fest does is it's like a walk around character, except you don't stay in one scare zone, you go throughout the whole park. So we would basically scare in every single area of the park, and we were kind of like, we would fill in like the little gaps where there was nothing, and we would be like lurking around there, and we would also visit our other scare zones, you know, like the clown area, like the witches area. Like we would just go around the entire park, and my goodness was it a good time. It was very, very tiring, but I loved when people were like freaked out that they didn't know that they were going to get scared in that area because it wasn't marked as a scare zone. But there we were, the traveling squad. It was a really awesome time. I loved all the people I got to scare with. They're really cool people. But anyways, my characters. So there were two traveling squads. There was the traveling squad with the vampires, and then there was traveling squad with the, it was like, God, how to explain it? It was like, we were called the Collective. So it was a tooth fairy. It was the Burlap Sack Kids, and it was a Gold Digger Demon, as well as Satan. So the devil, you know. So it was all of those characters in that squad, and then the other traveling squad was vampires, but we usually stayed together most of the time. But basically, I was in the Collective, and I was one of the Burlap Sack Kids, and I'll be honest, it wasn't my first choice or my expectation to be that character. But nonetheless, I found a way to work with it and actually quite fell in love with my little baghead lady. I'll insert a picture here of what I looked like. I didn't really find many pictures of myself, to be honest, on the internet as much as like other people did, but I think that was mostly because we were just going around like the entire park, so we weren't really still in one area for someone to take a photo. And most of the time that we were traveling, we weren't allowed to take photos because it would cause us to get lost, and like our escorts wouldn't be able to keep track of all of us. So that was that. So yeah, I was a Burlap Sack Kid. You guys know what a Burlap Sack is. It's kind of like Sam from Trick or Treat. Trick or Treat. Basically, it was like a mask, you know, and then it had like two pigtails, and I had like this white wedding dress almost. A lot of people would mistake me and my partner, because he was also a Burlap Sack Kid. A lot of people would mistake me and him for like being a couple, like a married couple, because I had like a white wedding dress on with white gloves. But that was not the case at all. We were supposed to be brother and sister, so it was quite odd, but honestly I just kind of went with whatever like people would yell out to me at the time. If they're like, oh, like that's your husband, da da da, I was like, no, but okay, whatever. But yeah, it was really interesting. I will say it was very, very hard to breathe and see in the mask, but we made do, and I just had to learn how to like breathe differently and kind of, you know, not go like full out all the time, because then I would just tire myself out. Because you gotta think about it, like you have something like constricting like your face and your vision and your breathing, like it's this close to your face. So I found it very hard to like function, if that makes sense. But nonetheless, it was a really good time, and I loved it. I loved scaring, and like at first like I was saying earlier, like at first I was like a little iffy about the character, and I was like, man, I don't know if people are gonna take me seriously. Like I have a bag over my head. Like, oh my god, the amount of verbal abuse that Scareactors get every day is crazy. Like, you would not believe how many times we got harassed. Like I knew that it was happening, like in the haunt community, that like Scareactors always get harassed, and like I see it sometimes, but god dang, like they're really like, oh, I guess it comes with the job, you know, like it is my job and I am here to scare you. So, you know, if that's how somebody reacts in like a negative way, then that's how it is, and it's a part of my job. I got used to it. Like the shock factor was like, it wore off after a while, but let me tell you, the first time I stepped out in Unleashed, which is the name of our opening ceremony, when I first stepped out in Unleashed and like all those people were around me and like watching me and like yelling things out to me, like it was just nuts. Like it was insane to me. I don't know, it was just weird being on the other side of the spectrum, because usually I'm the visitor and I love going to haunts and everything like that. I love Halloween, but being on the other side was crazy. Like it was just, you see it so differently, but like, you know, if you ever want to be a Scareactor and like you have that dream, chase that, like do it, like, because that was my dream, and that, you know, has been my dream for a very long time, is to be a Scareactor one day, because I think it's just such a cool thing to do, blah blah blah, yada yada yada. That point is, do it. It's amazing. I had a great time. It was extraordinary. But yeah, that feeling was crazy. I feel like I'm getting sidetracked a lot, but there's just so much that I just want to talk about, because like it was such a good time and I had such a great experience and it was just so amazing. Like I loved it, guys. Like you don't understand, like it was so good. But anyways, back to what I was saying. That was my character. Didn't really enjoy it at first, but I got used to it. Yeah, these are my notes for the video. Next point. So as you guys know, I do stilt walk. Now I did say in my audition video that I didn't know if my position would be on stilts or not, and I got a couple comments that were like, you know, it's possible that you're on stilts because some of the traveling squads in the past have had stilt walkers. I did put on my resume and my application when I went that I was a stilt walker. At the time I had been stilt walking for about like 6 or 7 months. Was it? Yeah, 6 or 7 months. And you know, I put it on there that I had stilts experience, but I later found out that they actually didn't even see that on my resume, that I had stilt walking experience, so therefore they couldn't just in the middle of the season like change it up, because then you'd have to go through you basically, if you want to be a stilt walker, you have to go through this whole training process and certification process with the company before you're allowed to actually use the stilts. You know, it's like a safety thing. Basically, because they didn't see that, I wasn't able to have a stilt walking position. I'm sure if they knew, you know, they would have put me as a stilt walker, because they said that they were short on stilt walkers that year and that they had lost a lot of their stilt walkers. So, you know, I'm kind of sad about that, not gonna lie. But it is what it is. It is what it is. God, I spent too much time on TikTok. Yeah, so I wasn't able to get on stilts, but I did do the Christmas event. In case you guys have been following with me, like I did do the Christmas event, and if you want to know about that, let me know, I'll make another video. I did do their Christmas event called Holiday in the Park. That's much smaller than Fright Fest in terms of like actors and stuff like that. Since, you know, it was a smaller group, they got to know me more as like an employee. I think they, well, from what I know, they did find out that I am a stilt walker and that I am very capable in stilt walking. So next year, or this year, if Corona allows us to live, I will be hopefully on stilts. But side note, I do want to audition for Horror Nights again, so I might be doing that haunt if I get in. Who knows? Their typecasting is quite strict, so if I'm not what they're looking for visually, then I won't get the role. But it is what it is. I'm also 5'4". Usually they're not looking for that height, so. But I love HHN with my whole heart, and baby, I'll always visit you, HHN, like Will I return? Will I return? Shit, I don't know. I kind of hate it. No, just joking. Will I return? Highly, 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 highly likely that I will. I had a really, really awesome time, and it really changed my perspective of Fright Fest as a haunt, because before, the way that I saw it was kind of like, it's kind of like whatever, like I feel like it could be better. Like they definitely have a lot of stuff that they can improve on in terms of like the mazes and stuff. Like, I feel like those can be like very much improved, but that's not the point. The point is, I see it very differently now that I am on the actor side, because on the outside you don't see like how hard like these people like work every day and what they go through, and like you don't see like the passion that they have and like what they're doing to try to, you know, bring this like illusion and this like fantasy to life for the guest. Like, I feel like I didn't really realize that before. There's a lot of talented people in that park and passionate people, and they do really awesome, and there's very friendly people there too, and like I just feel like you don't really like appreciate it till like you're a part of it, you feel me? So I think I'm glad that I did it, because like now I'm not really looking at it the same way. I'm looking at it definitely in a brighter light, for lack of a better word. Let me actually now look at your questions on my YouTube video to see if I can answer any of them right now. Ooh. We are at 5K views, 105 likes, and 4 dislikes. It's a pretty good ratio, guys. Let's see. Ooh, 53 comments. Woo! Can you vlog your haunt experience, please? I'm auditioning for a haunt this year and I can't wait. Can I vlog my haunt experience? Like I said before, you're not allowed to record backstage. That's how it is kind of with these like big theme parks, is like you can't really show, like you can't really break that illusion for people. As for vlogging while I'm backstage, no. Vlogging on the way there and when I leave, sure, but that's not very entertaining. Although if you guys want to see my drive, it's a pretty long one, so yeah, let me know. I really don't think it would be entertaining, but if you guys want to see it, let me know. The drive is long. That's about as much as I can give you, and there's a lot of traffic, so, but yes, that's that on that. A lot of you asked what I look like. I inserted this picture of me in the mask before. I forgot to mention, at the last week of the haunt, the last week of Fright Fest, we actually, our traveling squads ended up being split up. Just for like, it's not important why, but we ended up being split up into different scare zones. So it was like 2 of us here, 2 of us there, 2 of us here, 2 of us there. Me and my partner, the burlap sack kid number 2, we were both in the area called Territory Twisted, in order to like kind of match better with the surroundings, and because like it was really dark there, so it was already hard to see with the mask, and adding the complete darkness was kind of like dangerous for us. So we ended up getting put in prosthetics. If you follow me on Instagram, you see all those pictures that I posted, but here they are for those of you that don't. And if you don't, come in, come join the followers. It's a good time. But yeah, this is what I looked like. I had different looks every day because I got a different artist, and it was super awesome. And shout out to all the artists, because they work a lot harder than y'all think. Like, y'all don't be appreciating the artists. Like, they really be putting in work. I would love vlogs of you getting your makeup on, training, and how much you get paid for being a part of Fright Fest. How much do I get paid? I don't know if I'm allowed to say exactly how much, but it is above minimum wage for sure. And as for vlogs of me getting my makeup on, again, can't do that. We're not allowed to have our phones anyways while we're on the clock. And when we are getting into makeup, we are on the clock, so sorry. But I'm sure there's makeup artists on Instagram that post their makeups from Fright Fest, so you can probably just like look up the hashtag and find some. So training. Our training was basically 1 day of orientation and department training. So that was all sit down stuff where we had to like, you know, go over the code of conduct, blah blah, like company standards, and what not to do, what you can do, what they recommend, blah blah. Like that's all like the formal stuff, you know. And then we just had 1 dress rehearsal, and it basically was all the walkarounds. We basically went over what our opening ceremony would be like, Unleashed. It's like how we would come out. We would come out in groups. In case you guys don't know, we came out in like little groups, and so we got assigned to our groups. We ran it like 2 or 3 times. We all did have our costumes on, regardless of if we had makeup or not on for the dress rehearsal. Just to kind of get used to like what it feels like, if there's anything wrong that we should fix, blah blah blah, yada yada yada. And then we kind of got to know our traveling squad. And for us in the traveling squad, our escorts took us around the whole park to get familiar with the break rooms, because we always had to go in different break rooms around the park and bathrooms. because we were never in one area. That's how the training was. I'm not really sure how it was for people who were in scare zones. I don't know personally, but that's how it was for traveling squad. They explained everything to us. Like, they asked us if we had any questions. We got to know each other, and yeah, that was that for the training. Can you vlog your experience when they're doing the makeup on you when you're going out to scare people? I'm sorry, I can't. I wish I could film backstage. I can't film backstage, but there's a lot of press and media that do go to Six Flags to do videos of like backstage and stuff like that. So if you just look it up, like Six Flags Magic Mountain Fright Fest 2020, you could probably see what it looks like backstage, because I distinctly remember people coming back there, like media coming back there with cameras and stuff to film everything. So try looking it up. Where's the update video? What actor are you? I'd love to see the scare. You know, I looked at videos online, but I literally could not find myself. The only times I saw myself in a video was for like opening ceremony when we came out. But honestly, it's just not the same effect. Like when I'm out there, like in my zone, like traveling and scaring people, like it's a whole different story. Like next time, next year, this year, Corona don't stop me. This year, it's gonna be a good time. A lot of you asked me for tips for Fright Fest and like auditioning and stuff. I can make another video on auditions and stuff, like tips, blah blah blah. But let me know if you guys want that, because if you do, I will definitely do that for you. But it's kind of like more lengthy, and I don't want this video to be too long. Yeah, I think that's all the questions I can answer. Thank you guys for watching my video and liking it. I did not expect that much of a like reaction from people. Like I didn't expect to get that many views and stuff like that. I was honestly expecting it to flop, to be honest, because you know the haunt community is not as big as like other like things like makeup and K-pop and stuff like that. But a lot of people enjoyed it, and I'm really happy that I made it, because there's like no videos on auditioning, so I thought that would help somebody out. Like, and hopefully this year at auditions, I hope to see more people out there. Like, come on out to Fright Fest. Like, it's a great place to get started. Even if you don't live in the area, come on out. Like, really, like, it's cool people, it's fun time. Like, just come make it better, you know what I mean? Like, come bring that energy. Like, I'm pretty sure Six Flags would want this too. I'm pretty sure they would encourage people to come out that like are really passionate about scaring. Like, that's really the most important thing, is that you're passionate about what you do. So if you're passionate about scaring and Halloween, come on out. Get out of that shell, get out of that bed, and come audition. It's a good time. Coming from a shy person, you can do it if I can do it. Shaking, girl, I was like nervous. I was like anxiety through the roof. Like, it was bad, but I did it. So if I can do it, somebody with no acting experience, you can do it too. Like, you can do it. Si se puede. It is possible. Anything's possible if you just believe. Oh yeah, just chiming in from the future. I totally forgot to mention, I got Scareactor of the Year for traveling squads. So that was really awesome. If I can do it, you can do it. That's a period. Sweetie. This is from a shy girl. Like, come on. Y'all can do it. But yeah, I just wanted to have a little bragging moment. Sorry. Like, I'm proud of myself. But yeah, I got this. That is all for this video. I'm pretty sure I covered all the points. If I look back at this and I missed something, I'm gonna be quite upset. But it is what it is. Thank you guys so much for watching. I'm trying to think if there's anything that I missed, like in terms of my experience, at least things that I can say. Hopefully you guys enjoy that I'm getting back into the YouTube game. I know I've been gone quite a long time, but it's only because I've I've got other things going on. For those of you who enjoyed this video, let me know. Comments are much appreciated. Like I really want to know where I can improve, what I can tell you to help you. Like if you want to be a Scareactor, let me know what tips I can give you, because I definitely would have appreciated that back long ago when I was too scared to audition. So yeah, definitely let me know. If you just want to talk about Halloween, I'm here too. We're here for a good time, not a long time. Yeah, so thank you for watching and have a great day. Stay safe, wash your hands, stay inside, and we will get through this. Quarantine is not forever, and that's for sure. So yeah, have a good time. Get ready for the fall because it's about to be lit. Period. Bye guys.